Welcome, everyone. Xzav here. This is episode 12 of Series 1. I'm currently playing Ark Survival Evolved on the official 440 server, PvE, which is on the island map. On today's episode, what I'm going to be doing, I was going to gather meat and berries, and I actually recorded gathering meat and berries. And what happened is, I think I'm trying to put a little too much into these videos. It ended up being an hour and a half recording. And even with speeding up a lot of it, putting it, on fast speed, it was still an hour long video. So like I said, I think I'm trying to put a little too much on each video. Seeing that the meat and berries are already stocked up, I'll hold off on recording a video on that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a Broodmother, an Alpha Broodmother boss run. Um, I think that'll be enough just for one video. I'll do two runs. Um, Now, just as a reminder on these videos, I know there's a lot of other videos out there that show how you do, boss runs, and there's all kinds of wikis out there and everything. So really, the concept that I have on these videos is that I'm showing the differences of how I do things. Maybe there's a little different way I do certain things, and people pick up on those little differences and they get inspiration for doing something slightly different. Of course, maybe other people haven't seen Broodmother Run or something like that. Now, I know most people, they do the Mesopithecus, the monkey boss, for gathering element. I prefer doing the Broodmother because the Alpha Dino drops are a lot easier to get, and seeing I'm doing a lot of boss runs to get element, to farm the element, I prefer the Broodmother for that. Also, the caves I think are a little easier. Yes, I do have to do the lava cave, but at least I don't have to do the brute cave. And as I said before, I also don't go off this map yet. I have made a backup character in case I get stuck on another map. I can still log in on that backup character. I have a second Steam account. I made another character, brought that character in here, and using this laptop and my old laptop, I was able to join that character in with this tribe. So if I need to, I can at least refresh everything. That was my big concern, being stuck on another map. Um, but having said that, I'm going to get along with this video. I'm going to move on with it. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, please click on subscribe and the notification bell so that you can see more of my videos. If you have any questions or requests, please leave me a comment, but try to keep it friendly. Having said that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am dressed up in my tech armor. Normally, I have the helmet on, so I figure that's where I'll start off is in my normal situation. Um, so what I'd do if I was going to go on a boss run, of course, I'm going to come up here, because that's where all the artifacts and stuff like that are. It's where my armor is. So I would just come into my bedroom, and I'm basically going to offload everything, just kind of like I was logging out. Now, as a reminder, I don't want to use this mannequin yet because I'm carrying the cryopods on me and the mushrooms, and I prefer not to have them on the mannequin. So I'll offload them first, them back. Of course, in here, when I log in, I go to the mushrooms. And what I do is I click Shift T to take half that, Shift T to take half that. So the first stack is at 75. So when I go to offload, I just open up the refrigerator and I click T on the 25 mushroom, and it goes right where it belongs. If I had less than 25 mushrooms because I used some, I would go down into the vault first to retop that off to 25. Or, if I didn't have enough down in the vault, then I'd go out into the shop. Normally, when I don't have any in the vault, makes it quick for me to top off this quick bar. It's time for me to go get some more mushrooms. Really, the two refrigerators in the shop are kind of like a backup in my mind. And then I offload everything to the mannequin so that now I don't have anything. I also want to make sure that whoops, there we go. Make sure I have offloaded the bulb dog. There we go. So no shoulder pets, no inventory, no armor. I go out here, I grab this armor, I just take those. I'm not going to need the taxidermy tool because I got plenty of the Broodmother skin. I like to have a spyglass on me. Of course, I want a canteen. Oh, and here I made a little mistake. I actually do want to bring some mushrooms with me, just in case I get hungry. So I really should not have. Well, I wouldn't have put those in the refrigerator. They would have transferred to the mannequin. Of course, I could have took them out of the mannequin if I wanted to do that. But anyway, so this is my normal gear. Um, the armor. Oh, and I forgot one thing. Gotta make sure I don't forget stuff while I'm making these videos. Gotta scroll down to remember the spear, just in case. I got a spear for defense. I got some water and food, and got all that. So I come over here, I'll grab one of these. And of course on artifacts, most people would probably know, you can only carry one on you of one certain type at a time, but you can carry multiples. I mentioned this before, that I have some in here, but this is kind of a backup. Now I do have to remember I already have 2 hunter ones, so I won't have to do a hunter cave run. In fact, I'm going to put this back, and I'm going to take this one instead. The reason I had extra is when we had a recent multiple of 3x gathering, I did a run through the Hunter Cave just to get some chitin to make some paste. But anyways, so like I said with the Alpha Dino drops, I'll grab these instead. And of course, once again, at 10 per run, you can see I'm running a little bit low on some. I do have to do some specific Alpha Dino drop runs. I'll take my speed gig out for that. And what I'm kind of getting the idea I want to maintain is if I'm low to where it's one row or less of any type, like the Serapod is almost at, the Sarco is already at, I need to go out and hunt some Sarcos. So that's really what it is. Now, if I see a Bronto while I'm hunting Sarcos, sure, I'll take the Bronto out too. But that's the basic idea on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yup. Got everything there. Okay. That's one of the things on the game. Doing caves, taming. Uh, Anyone that plays Ark knows, and if you're new to Ark or anything like that, getting prepared for something and not forgetting anything, having things set up just right. Uh, it really can sometimes be the difference between life and death in the game. And this game's very unforgiving. So that's part of the reason I think these systems of doing things are really more important than you would think, because they ensure your survival. They make the game easier. Um, at least for me, they have. And that's what I'd like people to take from them. At least maybe get some inspiration on ways of setting things up. So I'm going to think about this. When I take my Rexes out, my Utes and everything, I'm going to come back. I'm going to take them over in this area and park them here to get healed. So I don't want to have my RG parked here where I normally do when I grab some things and everything. I'm going to park my RG over here instead. And that's fine. I'm always still learning, even though I played so long on this game. I noticed something about doing these boss runs that I normally come in and I'll run over here and I'll offload the Rex, and then I'll go here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the Ute. And so they're all kind of facing outwards. And when I get to the spider boss, they're still kind of facing the same way. Um, and the spider boss always comes in from, I would say, he would come in from this direction. So it's kind of like straight north. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to face kind of straight north this way. And I'm going to set my Rexes out like this. Actually, you know what? I'll do this a little different. You know, there's a lot of things I'm going to be learning as well while I do these videos. And, you know, you guys can follow along. And the idea I'm going to do, I'm pretty sure as long as they're in this circle, whoops, yeah, okay. As long as they're in the circle, they're fine. So I'm going to have one guy up here like this. He's well in the circle. I think what happens, again, some of this is just untested. I really don't know. I'm still learning on some things. I think if your Rexes, when you go into the boss arena, if they're too close and they bump into each other, then that's what actually makes them move to a different location. Kind of what happens when they come out of it. So I'm going to have like 4 up here this way. And let's see, I'll switch this. Okay. I'll just get these Rexes out here real quick. I think I could have 5 in the front. Have this one like this. Kind of towards the center. Let's see how this works out. I hope I'm right on this. I don't know. I know there's probably a lot of you out there that know plenty more than I do. even though, again, after I played it for so long, it's just I do certain things the way I do them, and there's some things I just have not gotten to learn or verify yet. And I like making these videos and having you guys along with me while I'm doing them. And of course, I forgot to do another thing. I forgot to set my timer on how long this video will last. So hopefully I don't go too far over. Oh, actually, let's see. Set that. Okay. And I think I'll have the 6th one, or 5th one, safely like that. And then in the back, I'm going to set one more Rex. Yes. And on my Ute, I'm actually going to have my Ute facing differently. Like this kinda. So the idea is when I first get in, the spider comes out, he shoots all the green stuff at me, and my Rexes kind of all go from that circle I made them, and they kind of wander weirdly before they actually get to him. Whoops, actually, you know what? I want to be facing this way, because there should be a pillar, would be like kind of right in front of me, it'll be like right about there, and I'll go behind the pillar so I don't get the acid spray from the spider boss. So that should be good there. Now, another thing I do is I like to go up to the Rexes and see if they need a level up. This one's very close, but not yet. And I also switch their targeting range to high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on something there. And 6, and he is ready for a level up. Damage. Okay, joining with the others. They're almost yeah, the current level up status of them is they're just going to that amount. My Ute is on passive. I don't want, in case I fall off the Ute or something happens. When I first come in especially, I don't want my Ute attacking all them. You know what? I can always move my ute around real quick right after I get in. I'm going to try one other thing I've seen. I don't know if this will work. I'm going to put my ute right like this. Plenty enough in the circle, yeah. And I'm going to put the stuff in here. Okay, so you open up the obelisk. Transfer all that over, not the cryopods. I can see the green line around the alpha broodmother turn green, and I can either right click and craft one or just hit A. Should A. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. Let's see, till about 15 seconds because I don't want to be on my ute when it actually teleports us. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to yell. And then I'm going to get off. I'm going to stand right under the U. Okay, let's see if that actually... Here we go. Okay. Get on the U. Yep, sure enough did. I wasn't... Okay, so they were facing a little bit to the right. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Alright, so I gotta remember... if they're facing north, then the spider comes out at about, I would say, 10 o'clock. Okay. I got the idea. So now, doing the spider boss, it's one of the easiest things in the game. I just stand back, I yell with my ute, and I wait for my Rexes to kill him. That's really all it is. There is a danger that, from what I heard, if I lose connection while in here, and I fall off my ute, that all my dinosaurs are going to die. And it's not too bad for me to re-raise another set of 6 Rexes and a ute and make the flak armor and all that. That's no big deal. The big loss would be the saddles. The Rexes do have very expensive saddles on them. Also, just to let you guys know, I hope this works out good. I did lower down my master volume. These are very low. Hopefully it's a suitable amount. We'll see. If I need to, I can lower it down again. For those who may not know, I'm just pressing C on the U. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping my voice is actually a little louder than the game is. So that way when you guys turn the volume down for the video, of course it'll turn the game volume down as well. Hopefully it's a good balance. It's just something I'm still working on. Now, when they're just about done, what I'm going to do, once they finish, I'm going to press J. I'm going to let them come over to me. And then I'm going to press U to make them stop following me. I'm going to back up a little bit so I don't get stuck on them when I jump off my U. And I'm going to run over and double check that the element is not on the Broodmother. That's a very critical thing. And then just for posterity, I'm not sure on this, but I like to be in the center with all my dinos, and there we go, and should be good. There we go. So much nicer looking in here than my other laptop. It used to just be all foggy and couldn't even see the outer walls or nothing. Wow. Okay, so there's a couple ways for me to do this. I'm just going to do it the way I normally do first. Is what I'll do, because they have stuff on them, and of course I'm bringing them back to the base to get healed anyways. I'm just going to walk them over here. I typically put the first one back here like this, Now, thankfully, on this server, there is a public teleporter right there. Thank you, Matt, for making that teleporter. He's the Wolverines tribe leader. If it's still Wolverines, people change their tribe names. Okay, yeah, he's still Wolverines. Okay. I think I said the other day that Trip was homegrown narcotics. I don't think he is anymore. It's a different tribe name, but yeah. When I'm recording videos, I don't really line it up. I don't check a lot of things. This is ARC. Things happen while you're out doing stuff. So as far as preparing for stuff, well, I don't know about that. And there's going to be a lot of things. Like I said, eventually I'll be probably going to Aberration server next. I thought about Scorched Earth, but I really don't like the idea how you can't use generators to, keep refrigerators, energized and all that. I don't know about Scorched Earth. Aberration, I'm doing a little research on that, and that looks a little tricky as well. I don't know. I still got a little while to think about all that because I do want to do a lot of other things here that I still just haven't done. I've done the monkey boss before a couple times. I think it was like 2 or 3 times. Um, One time I did solo, but that was back maybe a year and a half ago. So the caves, the brute cave, I've only been in like 3 times. There are a lot of things I don't have a lot of experience on. So some of the things I'm gonna be recording, it's all kind of new to me as well. So you guys are along for the ride. Now, hopefully, I'm not taking too long. Like I said, I wasn't really keeping track on the time. I forgot to set my chrono before starting this video. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this and try to get this done quick as I can. Now, what I'll do, I do want the meat off of them to feed to the Daedons. I keep the chitin. Of course, I can dump the berries and all that kind of stuff. I like to park them once the base loads all this. There we go. Get the foot where it's just about at the bottom of the ramp, and he fits nicely like that. So I'll just take all. There's the element. Very nice. And just one at a time. I'll kind of run. I normally don't run around in my base, like I mentioned before. I don't like to burn through the food and water. But for recording videos, I think I will. I don't need to just be walking. So I'll take all that. And over here, I got plenty enough food, so I'm not really too worried about it. I can even run the Rex, why not? I've always gotten in a habit of just walking unless it's really necessary. Why not start running? Make it a little more entertaining. A little quicker, too. Of course, these guys are definitely not speed Rexes with, 200 speed and everything on them. But they can move a little bit when they need to. And it actually is a good thing for me to drain their stamina just a little bit. It just means they'll eat more. Which means they heal more. Okay, so down here, get this last one. It's not real far that they're running, so that's alright. More breaking my own rules is more really what it is. It just doesn't feel right. I'm kind of finicky on parking. It doesn't have to be perfect. Good enough. So I'm going to put a little bit. He's probably, oh, he actually does have food. Okay. So that's good. They'll eat. They ain't getting hungry because they don't really have a lot of food. 3,600, which ain't a lot for when they're damaged. And you can see they didn't get damaged too bad doing that one boss run. It's enough, like with this guy, it's a little bit too close for me to do two with the same group. So one last thing I want to do here real quick, I'll come over here and I'll put some meat on him. And just because he was yelling, stamina drops, he got hungry a little bit. And of course, I like to have my dinos fully healed, full stamina, and full food before I cryo them. And it's just the way I've always been, especially when I used to leave dinosaurs out. Because I fed him just like once a week. So if I put a dinosaur away and he was hurt, and actually I can cook this meat, then yeah, he could die before that next week's feeding comes due. And it did actually happen to like two of my dinosaurs, I think. I'm not too worried about being a little hungry. I was saying about burning through the food. Oh, and I'm actually thirsty. Of course, the mushroom blinds me for a couple seconds. There's some water. I know my way around the shop. I could walk around blindfolded. Some meat in the cooker. I can drop off PRIMI, primitive. Get rid of all that garbo. And then I see I have a bunch of chitin. I do keep chitin. Normally the chitin, once it starts getting around 170,000, I'll cook to make paste and drop it back down to 150,000. That's basically the way I've been doing it. Okay, so I got drop that, drop that, drop that. Just kind of go through these manually. I could have, drop that. Maybe drop that. I got plenty of these. I already got, I'll just eat that. Okay. And I doubt that's going to be an improvement on any of my collection here for cloth, but I'll just drop it in there. And I'm going to let this cook. I'm going to run over here. And I'm going to put this ute away. And I'm going to grab these guys. And I'm going to put that in there. And that. Actually, this. Stop it from spawning, going down there to my hotbar. All right, 6 empties. I got all that. I got the ute. Huh, looks good. Oh, and of course I forgot what I'm going to need for the next one. There we go. I'm going to need... Whoops. Oh. Normally I would take one out of that box, but as I just showed you guys a minute ago, I got one there. That's good. Let's see if I can get this done real quick. Make this video hopefully less than an hour. Oh yeah, all I'm going to do is go out and get some meat and get some berries, and I end up walking all over the place and talking about this and talking about that, and wow, it's just crazy. All right, so I got food, water, that, all these. I got all that. I got that. I can drop those on that. Yep. All right, so I'm going to stop running because I don't want to be all hungry in boss arena. I'm going to use my RG to hold this stuff temporarily. And that was pretty good. Oh, and before I go, I'll just take that. I'll hold on to that. I'm going to turn this one on and this one on. Now, what happens is the two Datons, they'll be healing while I go through the boss run. They'll probably have the Rexes healed before I'm done with the boss run. But all that's going to happen is they're just going to keep healing till they completely run out of food. You can see they run through it real quick. That one was almost half empty on food. Once they're empty on food, they kind of stop healing until they eat and they get a little more food in them, and then they'll kind of give a a flash of heal, I guess you could call it. And it kind, and then they kind of wait again until they eat some more, and then so on and so forth. Okay, so I was facing north, and she came out from about that direction. So I'm gonna say, okay, so I want some kind of method, and I'll perfect this, of course. I want a method if I'm over here. Yeah, I want to have it facing this way. All right. We will try this. And I'll set this first Rex up as my guidepost, kinda. Let's try that direction, right? Kinda in the middle of that cliff. Good enough. Come over here. Don't want to run too much. Of course, lag. I don't need to go all the way back too far. Just here. Good. These guys out real quick here. Alright. Yeah, that's good. I'll go over on this side. Alright. Looked like that cryo was about to bounce out of the circle there, but it's alright. And I'm not really too sure how close you can be to that outer circle. I would assume with the limit of 20 dinosaurs that you could have dinosaurs right near this circle. But it's kind of funny, just like with feeding troughs, where their actual center is, whether or not they're in the circle or not, I'd rather be on the safe side. Rather make sure basically that they're, well within the circle like this. Okay, so then one more on this side. Oh, and you know what? I didn't even notice if the yell was active on them when they first went in. So I'm going to try that again. Yeah, this should be good. And then the U about here. Okay. Not too worried about running and hiding from that poison. Seeing the Rexes are a lot better lined up. I'm going to be more like this for the yell. Okay, so again, standard preparation. Level, no. Target range high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And passive. And here we go. I'm not hungry, not thirsty. Everything's good. And of course, offloading the Rexes and getting them set up to heal and all that, that did burn up the timer. There is a timer. You can't do them too quickly. So, it's a good thing I did all that other stuff anyways. So, hover over that, press A, here we go. We'll wait until about 20. I'm going to yell. I'm gonna yell again at 10. Let's see. 10, yell. Okay, jump off. Under the U, and here we go. Now, are they? Yes, they are. Wow. All right, cool. That's good to know. And so he's a little more okay, more like that pillar that's off to the left. There we go. I like to stand on the other side of this. All right, simple enough. And once again, like I was saying, I don't see this as dangerous. Other than if I lost connection. The caves, the Hunter Cave is the simplest cave I think there is. Of course, a lot of people think it's the one on Cardinal Island, but look at the areas. Hunter Cave is right down by the South Beach. It's just a little bit into the woods, whereas the one on Cardinal Island, well, Cardinal Island, right outside the cave entrance, there's always tons of mean dinosaurs right there. Um, and inside the cave. Now, a lot of people say, well, you got the Arthropleura, the centipede kind of thing. But like I showed before when I was going through my gear, I have hide set up, and I bring hide and fiber with me, so I can just repair my armor in the cave. Even if I run low on the fiber and hide, I'm gathering hide from the dinosaurs that I'm fighting inside the cave, and I bring a sickle so I can get more fiber in the cave. So the fact that it has the Arthropleura in it, that doesn't bother me either. The other cave, the medium cave, I call the Hunter Cave the easy one. The medium one is the Clever Cave. That only has a little bit of danger because sometimes there's groups of dinosaurs, and of course, a group can be very dangerous. So it multiplies how much damage they do, of course. And if you run into a big group, yeah, it can be still pretty dangerous, even if you have a pretty strong dinosaur. Um, and the only other thing, of course, it has bats inside that cave as well. But I do bring the antidote with me. If I get the rabies or whatever from a bat, then I just swallow an antidote, and my health is high enough I can actually survive. One, if I get the rabies from a bat, and I stop going forward so that I don't get it twice and get damaged twice from it. And I just stand put and then wait for myself to heal. Then I can survive it. Now, if I get damaged from rabies once and I'm at half health, and then I continue and I get rabies again, yeah, I could die from that. Um, but yeah, I bring some antidote. I also bring some med brews with me. Clever cave, nah, that ain't no challenge either. The lava cave, now that's a totally different story. That's the hard cave for this. That's really, as far as farming this element, that is the challenge. Now I'm going to do this a little different. If you noticed, I was able to carry all what they had on me. So instead, I'm just going to take all this and I'm going to cryo them. It's another way of doing it. I still have to go to my base and then uncryo them. So, comparatively, I don't know which I would really say saves time or not. Now, the one thing is, if it's on like a multiple, say we had 2x going on right now, I would not be able to do this. Part of the reason I just, by habit, I'll normally just walk them to the base. Whoops, and I always forget to take all that. All right. And say they were a little bit heavy. Of course, I could always drop all the primitive junk and the berries and, reduce the weight some. If I needed to, I could even drop some of the meat, um, because I can get tons of meat pretty easy. Now, one thing, don't forget when you have this cryo in your hand, and I just put a new one on me, I can see the little DNA things swirling around. I put a new one in the hotbar, but I still have the other one in my hand. Don't forget when you swap them out like that to hit the 5 or hit whatever button to put the blank one in your hand. Otherwise, I click the button like that, and instead of cryoing this Rex, it'll uncryo the other Rex that I just cryoed. So, and transfer. Make sure I don't forget. Process. Process is important. That might be a new catchphrase for me. Process is important. That's really kind of what these videos are about. Like I said, I know tons of other videos. People have done all this stuff plenty of other times. Game's been out for so long. You can always look up things on the wiki, but I do things a little different than everyone else, and that's really kind of. I'll make sure there's no backpacks on the ground. That's kind of really the reason for these videos. It's part of the reason. Just so people see just a different way of doing things, different way of looking at things. Um, you know, I don't think I need to get too much into that. So I'm gonna cryo. I've already taken all the stuff off of all of them. The door hasn't. There we go. And I typically, like I said, I'm kind of nitpicky on how I park them. I like to make sure his nose ain't sticking through the wall. Zip over here. I don't mind if I get thirsty. I got my pool right there. And see, that's one thing I gotta sort through all this. So what I'm gonna do, I'll see it on the next one. Changing things up a little bit. That's cool. I didn't really realize that they stay in the same position when I go into the boss, so I can preload that. Whoops, didn't need to do that. So that's a good thing to know. I wonder, let's see, alphabetical. Yeah, good enough. Puts them right here. That sorting thing, it does have a spoil timer sort as well. That'll put any kind of perishable goods towards the top. That's real handy sometimes if I'm dumping a bunch of stuff in my vault over there for sorting, you know. Um, and I don't want to dump like flowers or leech blood in the vault. I'll sort by spoil timer instead. Weight, sometimes if I have too much weight on me and I want to dump whatever is heavy, stuff like that. I'm going to drop that. I'm going to drop that. I'm a little bit hungry, so I'm just going to hold E. Good enough. I'm also, while I'm here, in my inventory, primitive, drop all that. A little bit of lag. All right. Oh, yeah, that makes it a little easier. All right, 5. I wish they would fix that. That's all right. He's just chilling out inside the floor. Maybe he ate a stamp or something. I know I felt that way before, but well, never mind. Anyways, going through all, yeah, that would be the berries I just dropped. You can tell, obviously, difference between bags, which was dropped by me, and these little package things. Which when you drop a whole group of things, it drops in a bag. You drop one stack at a time, it's in the little package thing. Whoops. What am I doing? Yakking too much. Coming up. This guy here, where he belongs. Zoom that out. I know this video is going to go a little bit over. I did not set the timer at the beginning. So yeah, that's about it. You guys don't need to see me putting the dinosaurs away and all that, and putting the meat over here. What I'm gonna do, it should work out good. Just to end the video, I'm gonna let you know. I would feed the Ute some raw meat that I have on me. Get him fed. I'd cryo him, and then I'd use these other cryos to cryo these 6 Rexes. They should be healed by now. And once I cryo these guys, then I turn these 2 on to heal these 6 guys. Go over, put the rest of the raw meat in the cooker. Put that cooked meat over here to start feeding these Daedons. And then if I have any extra meat and stuff, I'll fill up these troughs with my meat supply, starting at the top of the glass, the refrigerators down here. I'd use those refrigerators to fill these troughs. If those refrigerators run out, then I start up the refrigerators up there in the upper room. Again, that should fill them. But if that ran out, then I'd go to the tech troughs, top of the glass to the bottom of the glass. I wouldn't include the meat I have in my bedroom as being part of that glass, just for filling, not for feeding Daedons. Um, yeah, that's it. You can see. Let's see from that. Just to show you real quick, verify. Yes, I get 296 per 2 runs of doing the spider. And the teleporters, the generators, I should say, that I'm running right now, the two in the base and the ones for the public teleporters, they do burn about 85 LM per week. So, I do have to do maybe a boss run every 2 weeks. I'm trying to work on stocking up on my element. Um, but I just try to do it maybe at least once a week. That's really about it. So, having said all that, on the next episode, I'll be going through the caves. I'll probably do maybe the Hunter Cave and Clever Cave in one video, and then the Lava Cave will be a video all in itself. The Lava Cave and just putting all that stuff away and everything like that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And again, if you haven't subscribed, remember to hit the subscription and notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, this has been Xzav. You keep on surviving.